Hi, and say hello to the podcast with you, me, and Dubby.
Whoa.
Hey, did you see how you saw that? All right, now you do the ad.
Right out of left field. He's like, by the way, remember we have an ad to read? Dude, shout out Dubby. It is always a good time thanking our sponsor who is partnered with the channel to give our viewers 10% off their good energy drink mix. Whatever flavor you're looking for, whether it's sweet, sour, tangy, nourishing, if you want it to be chocolatey, cakey, or taste like grandpa's denture water, you gotta check out Dubby for your energy fix. Clean energy, no jitters, no crashes, and all of the bad stuff removed, just the good stuff left. And can't get it for a better price than Dubby with 10% off using code FELLAS at checkout.
You can also get example little sample packets, so you don't have to get the whole tub if you're not full confident, but we promise you will like this product. You can even get yourself a shaker for the collaborations that they're doing, like Chainsaw Man and other animes and creators themselves. All of them you can get for 10% off with code FELLAS. How do you spell fellas?
Ooh, fellas, it's a tough one, but I'm pretty sure it starts with that FELLAS. Fellas at checkout for 10% off.
Now let's do this intro again. Hi, and say hello to the podcast with you, me, and the other guy.
What's
Episode
up?
43. God, how the hell?
Yeah, every time I think about it, it's still surprising. I know we always start with that, but like,
it truly is. Like, we literally right now, I came from work. And this was impromptu. We're like, oh fuck, there's a pod on Saturday. Can you do tomorrow? Sure. I'm like, okay, it'll be after work. And then they kept me for work for an hour longer. You hung out at Del Taco and talked to the cashier for a little bit, waiting. And I come in here and I said hi, and there we go.
We had a quick drop of a hat start, luckily. But I do look forward to these conversations. I mean, it's still different. It's still the best way to just kind of get down to chatting. I don't know if that picked up very well on the mic.
I don't know.
Serious right now?
Are you serious right now, bro?
I'm serious, bro. I really look forward to these. I don't always feel like I have the most in me to chat, but today I'm feeling very happy to be here.
Yeah, it feels nice to actually have, like, you know, as they termed this before, this is the new version of starting a band. It's like, let's start a podcast or whatever. But I think what makes it kind of fun, and this might be taken the wrong way, but it's not, we don't hang out.
Yeah, this is kind of
this
like,
is all we do.
This is literally like us catching up.
Which is fine. You know, we don't have to hang out all the time. But it makes it kind of feel like we are hanging out, but also working.
Exactly.
In an extent.
Getting some productivity done.
Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing nothing. Oh shit, there's microphones.
Yeah, why not? And like we always say, I love to be able to just fucking feel like we are just having fun and the camera's rolling. But
yeah. Well, anything. How's your mind, your body,
you beat me
your
to
soul?
I was gonna hopefully get that question asked for the first time in the series. But,
one day you'll throw me off.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty well. I can't complain. I've been sleeping poorly because it's so damn hot. I think last night,
oh my god,
we just didn't have the AC running or something, and I just couldn't not sleep for a while. But yeah, in general, it's hot. It's lame to complain about, but it's hot because it's like, yeah, it's summer. It's supposed to be hot, but god damn, man, I don't know. It just feels like it's hotter and hotter.
It's like slightly humid right now because it's it's pretending like it wants to rain, but then it doesn't.
I know. I've been begging since like 4th of July. Someone told me it might rain. I'm like, hand to God, please.
You say that, but I don't know about that one.
Never came.
God damn. I had something here on my phone that I wanted to talk about. And I hate how they fucking organize the photos. Because I don't know if it's a screenshot. I don't know if it's a download. I don't know if it's a camera. It's a camera. I found a camera. Okay.
Hey.
So this isn't a crazy topic.
Yeah.
But YouTube has this thing where they can offer you suggestions of what content to make.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are pretty much like, see, I'll read you off some.
I'm curious.
Some is like they try to go off of content you make and give you a title, thumbnail, and details of what the content is, all
Wow.
with AI.
Wow.
And some of them are like this: Zero Gravity Banter / Dead Space / Fella versus Podcast episode 42. So it's a game
It's like
podcast
combination,
versus playthrough. Then there's ranking cartoon characters who sound like they belong in a different network.
Okay, belong maybe.
Yeah. Defending the
weird
most
idea.
hated level mechanics in classic PlayStation mascot platformer history.
How niche can you get? Mascot platform.
A heated debate over which retro gaming sidekick is actually a psychopath.
These titles are too long. I mean, our titles are already long, but
They're sectioned off though. They're
Yeah.
informative. They're not like the GTA 5 made me shit my pants.
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like, oh my god, this shit made me. Yeah, exactly. Just shit my pants. This shit's so scary. This made me go, whoa. Pog thumbnail.
That Fortnite session literally gave me a chicken dinner. There's Pizza Time Panic, Spider-Man 2, the classic movie tie-in.
Okay. I see.
But this one was the most accurate, and it's the only one I screenshotted the details. So this is
Oh, okay.
Moral Compass, Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, Retrium Day one-off.
Huh.
That's like an actual title,
Yeah, like actually could use that as a working title.
and the thumbnail is Shadow the Hedgehog with, instead of red, it's like orange spikes
It gives you
holding a compass on top of the roof in New York City in Sunset.
it gives you an AI like thumbnail.
Yeah, they
thing?
give you thumbnails like.
That's great. Can I see? Oh yeah. Of course. I mean, it just looks like another AI thumbnail I've seen on other YouTube videos, definitely. But
They give you a detail to why they found it, and they give you reasons why this could fit your channel.
wow.
So
What was that one say?
the description of it was like, we navigate the chaotic branching paths while debating if Shadow's brooding angst actually holds up. Between firing submachine guns and collecting Chaos Emeralds, our banter discussed the game's bizarre tone, turning this Retrium Day session into a loud, nostalgic, bullet-riddled comedy.
I mean, pretty detailed in the little description there. Fun stuff.
Would anybody ever go and be like, when I saw PewDiePie play Amnesia, I really thought that the lore implications and the subtlety within the horror was really brittled into the comedy that he was doing when he was screaming like a little bitch and talking to a golden statue named Stefano.
Mm-hmm. So dude.
So video analyst of this guy that went,
Yeah, some things it's not that hard. It's not that deep, YouTube. You just fucking talk to the camera.
you play a game and you press the record,
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it works.
but that's too short.
Yeah.
So we got 3 reasons why they even do related videos on why this might be good, and one of them I got a screenshot. It's a short that says 1 2 buckle my shoes short for the Shadow the Hedgehog game. So but one reason it could fit our channel is strategic evolution of Retrium Day formula. It's not.
It's the exact same formula.
This concept leverages your established dynamic from Sly Cooper to Ratchet and Clank, not Retrium Day stuff, by applying your signature unscripted banter to a game that is famous for its tonal inconsistencies. It allows you to pivot from the light-hearted platformers your audience expected towards a more chaotic, edgy aesthetic that serves as the perfect fuel for your comedic riffing.
Like, I get these points. They're not bad ideas. You know, it's a decent game. I won't fault them for that.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Like, there's a reason I screenshotted it, because I was like, Shadow the Hedgehog kind of works.
The most likely game we actually would play. Yeah,
but like, sure. I mean, yeah, sure. You didn't have to say it like that, but sure.
I know they're really like putting in all of the thesaurus words that they could find.
Number 2 is capitalizing on the Sonic franchise, which I'm sure we haven't already done already.
Oh, yeah, like we don't talk about them.
With the Sonic franchise currently experiencing a massive culture resurgence in the mid-2026, Shadow the Hedgehog is a timely, high-interest topic that aligns with your channel's focus on nostalgic gaming. Your unique angle of debating Shadow's brooding angst while navigating the moral compass mechanics offers a fresh, personality-driven critique that differentiates this from standard retrospectives. Sure,
man. I guess it does.
Everything this AI is saying is just like, I mean, yeah.
Like, you could think of it this way if you really stretch it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, sure, it's different. I guess that's all that it has to say. It's like, you guys are so different, aren't you?
Mean, your dynamic is perfect for this game that has a fucked up timeline. I mean, I guess, yeah, whatever.
No, is it correct in that people are getting back into Sonic, or there's a cultural...
I mean, with the Sonic 3 movie, the movies have brought back faith, and some of the games have brought back faith. And with Shadow the Hedgehog being the most focused in 3, I could see why they wanted that game.
But in mid-2026, it says? Is there anything recent that...
No, this is this 35th anniversary.
Kind of cool.
But they don't really do much with it.
Yeah, you would probably already be an old fan if you cared about that.
Yeah. But their last one, relating to us right now. The synergy with the Hydra podcast style.
Interesting.
The absurd morality system of this game provides a structured backdrop for the same candid, tangible discussion found in your podcast and one-off episodes. By discussing the game's bizarre tone rather than focusing on professional gameplay, you are staying true to your core essence of prioritizing humor and spontaneous interaction over skill. So not the podcast.
Yeah. Pretty different. But yeah, it seems like it just kind of has a vague idea of what like podcast means or like what a gaming YouTube channel is. And it's like, it seems like it might be what you do, right?
I don't know if AI really knows what a Let's Play is.
Yeah. Yeah, why would AI be really trained on that? It's not really common content.
Mr. Beast has never made a Let's Play.
No, Mr. Beast has never made a good video though. So
today, I found all AIs and made every video it suggested. And the video that gets the most clicks gets $1,000, which is going back to me.
I make all the money. Yeah, that'd be... I mean, I wouldn't mind doing an idea like that from the AI if it was like, oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. You know, some of that was not like terrible. I would play Shadow the Hedgehog, you know?
Yeah.
That's actually probably the best idea that we got.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Sure, definitely. But like, I feel like you're just taking some ideas and really stretching them, you know? But
when I need to write a 5-page essay and do 1,000 words.
And I get like, that's kind of what AI is becoming more popular for. People just want it to kind of like fill in the gaps, give them some inspiration. What it ends up doing a lot of times is just kind of doing the work for you. Where I don't think this is really doing any work for you. And if you copy it, you're probably not going to get that great a video anyway. You're going to have to put some thought into it still, which is, I think the best case scenario for AI use nowadays is like, it gives you something to work off of, to put some thought into, you know? But more than anything, it's probably just showing you, oh, hey, someone else has done this in the past. What do you think about this? And then you're like, oh, yeah, that gives me this idea. Yeah, it's really like a dynamic search engine, I think of it.
It should never replace your job. It should help your job.
Definitely, yeah. If you feel like you can't do your job without it, like, I feel like that's scary because it's one of those things too that if you lose technology, you lose internet connection, whatever it is, electricity, and you can't do your job or something like that, you know, your country loses some infrastructure that makes your job more difficult to do without AI, like that is a worry as well. If we're going to accept AI as like a force in the job, the working force rather, like a participation in the working force, but I don't think it's quite there yet.
Dude, I can't stop. I can't stop hearing AI in every single general session meeting I see. As someone's fucking talking about it, it's always in every presentation ever.
Yeah, executives love AI, definitely. And I love seeing when, like, especially what I see it mostly in and what I've seen like headlines, thumbnails on is when people like give graduation speeches to students and stuff like that. And they're like, remember, looking to the future, AI is our future, you know, and we've got to embrace it. And just like all of the students, or at least a good majority of them, are like, oh, you fucking suck. No one believes you. It's like, damn, yeah. It's mostly just people trying to shove it into our hands so that we'll use it so that it actually turns a profit, you know, eventually. Because right now it's just this kind of a waste of resources for most things.
It's popping.
Yeah.
I mean, the little AIs are not like, so there's been some that I've seen that they use in companies where they're like, the AI can help you see in your report where you should report it to, like sections in the report and where the section should be filled in from said report, like things like that. Help you identify when you're starting out or something like that. But then there's other AIs where it's like, oh, we sell boats and we're going to use AI to see how the boat is in water before we manufacture it or something. And I'm like, well, I mean, you can make the boat. You can already just make the boat.
You could have made a boat.
Yeah, you ever made a boat? I've made a boat. I made a boat in Minecraft. You just need 5 blocks of wood.
I feel like my biggest gripe with AI is that it's not, to my personal definition, what I would call artificial intelligence.
I think you've said that before.
Yeah, probably. But half of it is just a chatbot, and then half of it is what I would just literally call a computer tool. Like, it's just an application. It's just a program. That's all it is. I wouldn't call it artificial intelligence. Otherwise, we would call every fucking game that's ever been made and every other program that's ever been written artificial intelligence. No, it's just someone wrote a computer program that does a task for you, you know? Like, artificial intelligence, at least to me, would be like sentient program, you know, that could recognize that it exists. And
it's like what Jerry Seinfeld said on the Conan O'Brien. He said, so you're telling me we're smart enough to make AI, dumb enough to need it, and too stupid if we did something wrong.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing though. Like, you'd have to be pretty smart to make something that could be harmful, and you'd be theoretically smart enough to stop it, I would think. But that's hopeful thinking. Maybe. Hey, can I run something by you? Maybe you can scrap this and cut this out if you hate it. I have a Jerry Seinfeld.
It just walked by.
Oh, I'm running right by you. This is a Jerry Seinfeld. If he was telling a trans joke.
Okay.
Tell me if this is.
Are you pitching a joke? Or are you like, all right, I'm testing out my material?
This is me testing out the joke for the first time.
Okay.
If it's bad, we'll cut it.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
Actually, you know what, Adam? Put a very special like red curtains in the corner, and then put like a little spotlight on the stage. Do the whole theatrics. Put them on the stage. All right, go ahead.
Thanks.
Do like the little.
So what's the deal with trans people, eh? I mean, you know a guy.
Wait, no. I think the line was, you think you know a guy. That's what the line was. I fucked it up, but I'm workshopping it. I told you. You think you know a guy.
Okay. No one could visually... Adam, get rid of the theatrics. That was great. No cane needed. But what was great is no one saw it, but your eyes did like this.
Like pulling out a
you had like a straight up Joker smile, and you had your eyes doing like a point down happy Asian looking smile, and you're like, That's the deal with Leo's. Oh man, that really did it. And then you're just like, you're pointing and waiting for the laugh, like, eh? No one saw it. That was really funny.
That was just for you.
That was, yeah.
That came to me like at night. And I was like, is this in poor taste? Like, I feel like there's not enough jokes that are like, good enough, like in good taste. But
that one's fine. I mean, it's not detailed. That's what makes it nice.
Definitely. Like, that's what I thought too, is because I was thinking, there could be like another line, but I feel like that is the punchline. Like, you think you know a guy, and then the people think about it. It sits, it burns. You're like, oh, but then you don't. Like, all of a sudden, like, I realize that. But that's, I think, the best part. You let them fill in the gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, apologies if that was offensive. I meant it all in love. I think it's kind of silly.
Send your hate mail to Jerry Seinfeld.
He gave me the idea. I told you it was inspired by it.
No, he would probably like it.
Yeah, I think at least he would.
I mean, because his detail, his jokes are very just to the point. Like there's not a, you think you know a guy, and the way he would deliver it is just, you think you know a guy. That's it.
It's just like a common phrase, and it's yeah. I don't know. I think I appreciate the feedback, but I might still test it out a bit. And of course, I would love to run it by trans people. If we have trans audience members, please tell me.
We do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know we have one.
Love to know.
Yeah, it's for his style. Where like dude,
I can see Jerry saying that at least.
He was in his deathbed. Why would you buy that? The bed's the most sacred place in the world. They call me for work and they said, do you know where I am right now? I'm in the bed.
Why did you get in there?
I'm sorry. He was in his bed. I need to get a new bed. This bed's way too small. And if I did get a new bed, we would have no room in here.
Yeah, my room's small as fuck like that too. The queen barely does it.
When I sleep on it with the cat, I'm Minecraft Steving by the wall. I'm straight as I can be. He also sleeps on, I don't make him do it, but he has a couch in his room. He sleeps on the couch. And he's like, it's comfortable. And I was like, he's bigger than the couch.
Right.
So I don't know how he does that.
Yeah, I'm very picky about how I sleep. Like, I just can't fall asleep if I'm not perfect comfy,
Speaking of comfy, do we want to discuss our recent changes? Like, the changes isn't happening as this comes out.
Yeah,
but I think it's soon to be.
Good reason to talk about it. Yeah, it'll be upcoming probably before the next pod, potentially. Well,
and it will be
maybe
comfier
at the same time. But yeah, a little comfier change for all of us. Hopefully, not disappointing to many, but a fluctuation to the fella's schedule upcoming. Probably.
Damn it!
I know, and it unfortunately is. If you're a big hardcore fan, not to the betterment of everybody, but hopefully for the betterment of us, we're gonna be cutting a couple of days a week, which means one of the verses as well will be taken from each week that you're watching. We'll be sticking to one verses at a time.
Just got the fella's tattoo and they're doing this to me.
How have you forsaken me?
Oh my god!
After 2 years of daily. 2.5 almost, or about.
I thought we started in August.
I have no idea.
We started 2 years ago, that's definitely for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we started in the beginning of the year? I don't even remember. But it's pretty much 2 years of dailies, which, I mean, we've discussed it. We got nothing to prove. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
We did it for 2 years, and we could keep doing it. But it's probably best in everyone's interest, ours and viewership, to just slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the season's coming back up, and now I'm going to officially have 3 jobs. This is going to be a lot harder. Granted, it's going to be on calls, so I can schedule it better, but why do that?
Yeah, make it a little easier on us, not as much pressure. I mean, I'm going to be trying to work as much as I can too, and it does just make it a little more, a little less in the way of other things that life, is bound to throw in our way. So give us some more time, give the fellas channel a bit more time as effort to put into the content as well that we deliver. So hopefully, whatever content does come out is still better than the content that was coming out before. That's really what we're looking for, is just growth and improvement and more entertainment for you guys and more fun for us and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, try to make the verses. It's going to still somewhat be raw because it requires it.
Mm-hmm.
But the playthroughs can have a little bit more editing in it. The podcast can have a little more editing in it, say for the one-offs. Yada, yada, this it. And then, but the format of it, the scheduling of it is not going to feel that much of a change, because right now it's versus 1 Monday, versus 2 Tuesday, playthrough Wednesday, versus 1 Thursday, versus 1 Friday, pod or one off, then playthrough Sunday. Now it's versus 1 Monday, playthrough Wednesday, versus 2 Friday, pod one off. So you're just losing one episode of one of the 3 a week, which, if that gives you a little bit more to digest a content, maybe you do have to, I'll get to that later. You can watch the other contents and not have to focus on one if you feel like you're going to fall behind. Didn't want to overload too much with one-offs and pods still, so we're still keeping that interchangeable, because one day we can't talk every week.
Yeah,
we won't have enough to talk about, and one-offs are a little bit more special, like fill in the gaps of a session. So it's
and I level one up.
Yeah, but the original idea for the dailies was to give somebody that may have not liked the 2 verses, make the playthrough come by around quicker, so that you can, if you didn't like these, you have these, and you didn't have to wait long enough for it to come back.
Yeah.
But in the long run, you're going to choose what you want anyway. If you wanted to watch all of them, none of them, one of them, you're going to choose it anyway. And it's better to not overload you with so much at a time to where you feel like you're falling behind, if you are, than just give you content that you want within the week, or maybe more within that week. And then the filler gaps can be a short to maybe entice you to what you may have missed yesterday.
Yeah, and I think, again, like, there's so many positives. That makes it easier to put more effort into the shorts, because they'll have like a designated day essentially, and it can be like a second boost of traffic the day after whatever episode was just posted. And of course, like we said, episode or series are going to end more slowly, but it's also still going to be one a week. Whatever you like is still going to come around once a week, and I think that's more for most people's schedules. A lot of people really just have one day that they have a ton of time, maybe 2 days, but one day that they actually dedicate to spending some time to sit down, do their leisurely thing, watch some YouTube. So you might only end up wanting to watch one episode a week anyway.
Plus, there's not that many people anymore that do like a series. A lot of times it's like the one-off type of mentality. And if there is one, it's usually like, say, look, I'll throw Smitty's name. Smitty has multiple channels where he does a live stream recording, a edited recording. Well, the live stream recording is also edited. A live stream raw, a playthrough channel, and that's, you get the playthrough raw and within like hours.
Yeah,
he does it in one go. And there's people that do that because that's just how the content is now. But no one does episodic playthroughs anymore. Even Game Grumps kind of stopped doing that, and then they brought it back, and it was like, oh, we're doing long series again for the weekend. It's like, okay. So it's an old timey tradition type of mentality. And if we slow down, they cannot feel as manufactured. The editing won't feel so much as like just mass uploading, get it out. It won't. When we do it, we will have a lot more breathing time between sessions that we can actually be like, okay, And then we even talked about that, like, once we get into the groove, we can just do multiple sessions of one game until it's over, so that we don't have we tease about it of like, oh, we haven't played this in 2 years, because we forget, and we won't have to do that.
Yeah, would make playing those games easier, the content a little higher quality because we know what we're doing. We're not just bumbling idiots the whole time. Yeah, I see mostly positives. I think it's good. I think, like you say too, there's plenty of things still open for growth. Like,
It's still 4 videos a week.
oh yeah, it's still, a video more days than there's not in the long run. But I think in general, it's for the best. Like you say, I don't think YouTube really supports longer episodic, like the algorithm rather doesn't really boost the longer episodic videos because in general, people don't always stick around to the very end of a series. People love the first episode in general, or at least they'll click on it to check it out,
Yeah.
But that being said, I just think this also helps with that kind of problem. People get a little less bored, a little less burnt out, and can expect a little bit more from the content. I will say I could expect or am open to feedback, especially on this episode in the comment section, for like other things that, you might not enjoy about the channel or you think could just tweak the channel to make it a little bit better. I've always considered that the thumbnails sometimes, don't always change. People might not be as invested when they see the same thumbnail over and over or something like that. So I'm
you could go Chuck Conroy style where it's a number and then it's a screenshot of the game.
Right.
But I mean, no lie, we've gotten somebody that left a comment that said like, I don't know why this isn't in my algorithm. I don't even like Sly Cooper, but you get a like for the thumbnail.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, it's clean.
The thing is, like, when it comes down to it, we made some good decisions, I believe, on a thumbnail that is good for reuse, and for like applying to whatever game or genre, which is really cool. I understand. I've heard the criticism, which is why I bring it up. Like, I understand that seeing the same thumbnail for the same game, yes, you're obviously going to recognize it and be like, oh yeah, that's the series I want to watch if you like the series. But if you've never seen it, and you just see, a bunch of the same video, you're like, which one do I click on? I've got to start reading through these titles, and maybe I don't want to do that because they just all look the same. So like, I could at least see it from like a new viewer checking out the channel perspective. But I don't know.
It's a number.
It's a number at the end of the day. I
just look at the number. But I mean, you can also, I don't know, you can also compare it to like a Vanos Gaming style, where his thumbnails is rainbow,
totally.
Game, guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that complicated.
It's not that. Yeah, I don't think that's the thing that's gonna save us. That'll give us 1 million subscribers.
and the mention Smitty again, his is white border, game screenshot, done. That's it. That's the whole thumbnail.
Yeah, totally.
And some people have portrayed that same thing where his friend Blorg does letterbox, game screenshot, done. That's it. So I feel even though there's a lot of stuff on the thumbnail, it's very informative.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, you get the episode number, you get the game title, you get our logo, which I thought was really important.
Mm-hmm.
You get the type of thing it is in versus playthrough, whatever. And then you get the character in the middle that should grab you first.
Yeah, that's ideally what the hook is. Because you're like, I recognize them. What game is that? Or the game right off the heart, even. That's definitely, like, I think for so many reasons it works well.
And it doesn't feel boxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a lot of balance and kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Just sort of abstract sort of feel to it.
But I mean, like you said, we're open to feedback. The original thumbnails was straight up just what Versus did with the line in the middle, and people, I liked it, but it did have limits because some games did not have a lot of images I could use.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like trying to get something super quick. is ideal. Like, well, for what we had. If we had someone who was like real artistic that really liked to do the thumbnails or something like that, then for sure, like whatever, like maybe they could do some more animation onto it or make it like at least a unique, like full drawn thumbnail would be cool. But that's also a lot of work, you know? So,
And
it would be
personally,
nice,
I
but
find
that's-
screenshots lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the effort is really attractive, interesting, but it's a lot of effort too, and it's not super sustainable unless you already kind of have a good capital support behind you.
It's all in a matter of taste.
I agree. Yeah, but interested in the fella's taste, or in random chicos passing through and maybe just watching this. I know people don't always just stick around for a random long video that is on a random channel, but if you're a hardcore fellow listening, that's who we're speaking to. Give us a comment, sound off.
Another positive before we move on, I wanted to mention on having this a little bit more spread out, is that if we have something like the animatic that just came up, that can fill a blank without interrupting something.
Yeah, exactly. That would be very nice to have. Something I've thought about too.
Or something else.
I don't know how many people would even be aware that we started doing punishments if they don't stick around too far into the series. Sometimes nowadays we're talking about them in the first episode at least, so we should probably start drilling that a little bit more in the first episode, like, hey, stick around, the punishment is going to be this. And I think now that we'll have kind of more time, we'll be planning those before we start the game every time, ideally. But we should be like, hey, this is going to be this, check out the finale, or the possibility that we just do a separate episode.
I thought about that, and I'm torn, because yes, it would be funny and great for it to be seen, but two, it spoils.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
It could be an unlisted video attached to that video, but at that point, I don't think that makes any difference.
It might as well just be in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what would be best way to tell people. I guess it would be like if you announced the new verses and be like, this is the game we're playing and this is the punishment. Stay tuned next week.
Yeah. I think just, if anything, being more advertising about it, saying it in the first episode or reminding people as they watch, or even just saying it in the finale episode, finale plus punishment title, like just as a reminder. But yeah,
that's a decent idea.
This is our brainstorm session.
Well,
instead of it being over Red Robin like last time.
This is a moment of change. So if you're gonna be drastic, might as well consider all options. But yeah, I'm open to thumbnail change, but for now it will stay as it is because it's still clean.
I agree.
Videos won't change drastically, but they will try to feel a little bit more like they had time on it. Same goes for the content going into it, because we won't be so much burnt out. There'll be more breathing room for you and us, and who knows, with that little extra time we can add more animatics to be seen, because I love those.
I know, that was super cool to finally have like a posted one come out. More to come soon eventually.
We could try to do more live action things of like, we ordered the whole Del Tacos menu, and we're gonna see who eats the most faster.
Whoever either eats the most or the most fastest.
Yeah, who knows? We'll brainstorm.
That would be actually hilarious. I would like to do something like that.
We can advance further from a game and just make everything a versus. American Ninja Warrior versus. Yeah. We have little paddle stones on the pool, and you got to get across by basically walking like a gecko.
Yeah, running across the water, dude. We would get so fit if we did that like fucking frequently, though. That would be fun. American Ninja Warrior Challenge.
And since those don't have a schedule, you'll just randomly see it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're bored. We got time to kill. Let's just fucking put on your mask.
Grab the mask. Yeah, I want to find some maybe cooler mask. Not like I have a problem with that one, but like maybe something more personal or something more related to the channel. Could be cool.
Dragons.
Yeah, like dragons or Hydra or whatever.
I don't even know how you would go about that.
Yeah, even just samurai don't really have a mask, but right? Maybe some kind of like
I have a helmet at
samurai
most.
mask. Like, kind of cool, but I don't know.
You could be like an Oni. Samurai
The
Oni.
Samurai Oni. Think on that too.
Well, you need to think on some of these jokes because we are about to hit the middle segment where we talk about the best jokes ever, professionally tested jokes for people who want to be funny, made by my magic boss. This is a funny book that you can buy on Amazon for $5 that has 100 pages of mature and another 100 pages of non-mature. We've been talking about 2 jokes. He picks a page, he picks a number of the jokes on the page, and we have a laugh. Cameron, give me a number.
Today we're looking at a bottle of tea. The UPC is giving me page. Which one do I go with here? 83.
83. Let's all I fucking speed past that.
This is not mature.
Oh yeah, this is the ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. So you can have 3 on this page.
Yay.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Give me 8, 9. Let's go 3, 6, 9.
Damn, she fine.
Mhm.
One more time. Get low. Get low. Get low. Low.
low.
To the wind.
Let's go to the wind.
What did the big flower say to the little flower? You
These
get
ones
points.
I can get. I could get points here. Leave me alone. I don't know.
You're really growing, bud.
Really? That's what he said. Oh, bud, I see.
Oh, like a rose.
Bud. I don't like that. I never would have gotten that.
Okay, fine. Trying people not to buy this book.
No.
Why
Can
does
all be
Waldo
nitpicks.
always wear stripes?
So he can't be spotted?
Ah! Give him the point! Give him the point!
Yes! Let's go! Bing! Bing! Show me spotted.
All right. Look at him. Look at him.
How many
Comedy
points do I
man.
I have like
Did
3?
you write this book?
Maybe I'm your boss.
Did you write this book? Whatever.
Give me a number 9.
What's a lion's favorite state?
I feel like I should know this. You're looking at. How do I kill it?
What's a lion's favorite state?
I should know this. Alaska, Arkansas, Canada. I'm gonna time out. I don't know. Give it to me, Mr. Funny Man.
Maine.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, you get
There we
another
go.
page.
That was good. Let me see. How about page 173?
173.
Give me that.
You get that. You get the 173. You get 1. You're a default to 1.
There's only one joke on the page.
Well, there's 2, but the first one's like the whole page.
Let's do it.
All right. A man was marooned. Is that a man was marooned?
Yeah, that means like to be stranded.
A man was marooned on a deserted tropical island for 7 years. One day, when he was out spearfishing in the lagoon, a scuba diver came ashore. The scuba diver shed the tanks and removed the mask and hood, revealing a beautiful feminine face and gorgeous red hair. How long have you been here? Asked the voluptuous scuba diver. 7 years, replies the castaway. How long has it been since you had a fine cigar? Asked the diver, unzipping the left arm pocket of her wetsuit. 7 years, replies the man. She then pulls out a fine Cuban cigar, gives it to the man, lights it, and watches him enjoy it. How long has it been since you tasted fine cognac? Asked the woman, unzipping the right arm pocket of her wetsuit. 7 years, replies the man. The diver produces a flask of VSOP, gives it to the man, and he sips the fine cognac and enjoys the Cuban cigar. How long has it been, asked the woman, unzipping the middle zipper of her wetsuit, since you've played around? Astonished, the man looked at her and replies, you got golf clubs in there?
Played around.
This was the best jokes ever. Professionally tested jokes for people wanting to be funny. Made by my magic boss. You can find it on Amazon for $5, or you can just enjoy me ramble it every 2 weeks.
That's a good joke. It really does depend on delivery, so it helps like if you kind of practice it. I've heard someone deliver that. It might have been your boss, I feel like. 'Cause,
I think so too.
like, it's definitely a familiar joke to me. Like,
Yeah, because I as I was saying it, I feel like he went 7 years. He does like the little joke. 7 years.
And I think too, like the very last line he says really quickly, like, how long has it been since you played around? And he says, what, you got golf clubs in there? You know, like it's a nice quick pickup.
Ha ha.
I've been thinking about getting into golf. Like that's what I'm supposed to do, but like, all my friends play golf. Like everybody I know is like,
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Golf? That's what old white guys do. They play golf.
I mean, you're not missing much.
Yeah, I don't really like sports, so like I don't feel like I'm missing that much. The only sport I kind of enjoy playing is bowling. Like, and that's very just chill. Like I just like not having to do much.
I just like the driving range. I don't really like the in between. So I would just do the driving range. I used to play golf a little bit more frequently when my dad worked at the golf course, but I mean, I didn't really care. There's nothing really exciting to be like, okay, you're gonna swing at this tiny ball and you're gonna miss a lot, and it's probably gonna hurt your hands after a while, and you're in the heat and you're gonna be playing it for hours.
Yeah, like I've played golf on the Wii, dude. And that's not even fun. Like, you want me to go stand outside and play golf? That's crazy.
I gotta hold this whole ass club and I have to know what number means what.
Yeah, like it doesn't tell me how far it's gonna go. There's no line on my screen telling me. I can't see how fast the wind is.
I will say what does look like fun is speed golf.
What is that like?
It's when somebody's on the driving range, someone's on the green or the fairway.
You're trying to hit him. You're trying to run away before you.
Another one's on the fairway, and then someone's on the green. So you're
relaying it.
You're relaying it, and it's whoever. It's like team against team, and you're seeing who putts it faster.
That's awesome, actually.
It doesn't matter how many shots you did, but if you do, like, say if you're on the driving range, and then you hit it short, the guy has to come up, and then you're still doing rotation. So if you don't get it in the 4, the driving range person has to get up there and do his turn.
Book it. That's crazy. That sounds exciting, actually. Like much more entertaining as a team sport.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because that kind of gives me like batter rotation as well. Like who's really good at that driving hit, who's really good at putting, you know, who's an all around that you can put at the front.
Plus, you don't have to stress about your strokes.
Exactly.
If you're putting and you're putting from really far, you can just like, I'm not going to look, and then get it closer to the hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could be definitely more interested in that.
Or we could play disco golf.
Not disc golf. Disco golf?
No, both.
Okay. What is disco golf?
It's when you throw the disc, but then you do the point.
That's silly. Get a little
frisbee
bit of this.
golf, I guess it would.
Yeah. Disc golf, I've definitely heard it called that. I would call it frisbee golf, but
that'd be fun.
That's a trade name. I've played ultimate frisbee in like middle school. I actually really did enjoy that. I think that's a sport that.
How do you even play that?
it's basically football, American football.
Everything's fucking.
Yeah, it's similar. Like you can do forward passes pretty much at any time though, as long as you're not offsides or something. Like it's football mixed with soccer. Kind of weird, but you're throwing a.
People need to get original ideas. So you're telling me soccer is like football, but you put it in a goal and not an end zone?
Dude,
and you're telling me basketball is like soccer it's more like soccer, but it's like football to where you're putting it in a basket and not the end zone. And you're telling me that ultimate frisbee is like football, but you're using a frisbee and not a football. And you're telling me rugby is like football, instead it has different rules. And you're telling me lacrosse is like football.
Good point. Wait till you hear about hockey.
And you're telling me hockey is like football, but it's also kind of like soccer, but you can go behind the goal and it's on ice.
And you tell me Rocket League is basically all the same things, but you're driving a car and it's powered by a space plane.
And you're telling me a demolition derby is like football, except you're on purposely trying to tackle everybody as a goal.
You tell me polo is basically football, but you're on a horse trying to kill everybody.
And you're trying to tell me water polo is like like football, except you're in water.
But you're not on a horse. The horse is made of water.
The polo, you're the polo.
Yeah, good time. Yeah.
And there's so many sports.
It reminds me though, like I feel like it just all goes way back to like one ball and hole game, and the oldest one.
Point go up.
Ball and hole. The oldest one I've heard of is like, I think when Spanish conquistadors like met the Aztec civilization and started to steal all their shit and stuff, and
like their clocks.
Yeah, I don't know about the other calendars. Maybe I don't know. The cocks. They had a game.
Spicy.
I'm pretty sure it was the Aztecs, at least. I could be wrong, but they had this game that I don't remember the name. It was something like Death Ball or some bullshit. But like, it was basically basketball, but the hoops are like at the midpoint of the court, so you can go long past the hoops on either side of the court, but the hoops are kind of like in the middle, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of the same as basketball if you think the court being compressed, so the hoops are closer together and you can run to the far ends. But the hoops are also like flipped 90 degrees, so you have to like throw it through it. It doesn't land down into the hoop, it has to pass through the hoop moving forward. And it's also like an inch of like room leverage for the hole to actually fit inside. Like it's a super precise shot. It's like a ball the size of your fist that you have to like nail,
like shot putting it.
Exactly. And it was basically like polo or water polo as well, where you can just fucking brute force each other, or like football even, where it's full contact and you're just trying to throw it into this hole. It sounds insane, but like I would love to see it. At a certain
point, I feel like no one would care about the rules. They'd just be like fucking elbowing each other.
I think it was called death ball for a reason.
Throwing the ball at people's faces.
Yeah, but I feel like fucking Europeans started that and they're like, maybe we could fucking make some of this, right?
I mean, there's some sports out there that it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, you get the classic golf or whatever, and then you like, okay, you can give it to bowling, you can give it to billiards. Sure, you can give it to darts. That's okay, all right. Where the hell's my tetherball sport? Where's my ESPN tetherball?
Who's playing? No one. That's the only one you mentioned that's not on ESPN.
Yeah, because I'm sure somebody's fucking doing like back of the bus handball on ESPN or some shit. But like, why the fuck is it in our playground with a ball on a string on a pole?
Like, I feel like I heard that was the big thing in school. Like, I remember them telling us this is like an Olympic sport.
It's like, what do you get? What do you learn?
I'm gonna look a professional tetherball. Like,
you just hit a ball and it goes in a circle. Like, what's so athletic about that? Oh, you got really daredevil instincts to try to swing at a moving ball. And then once it's at a certain point, you just go, and it's just going. Like, what are you supposed to do?
It's kind of like air hockey as well, where like your opponent gets into a rhythm of just like smacking it back and forth, and you're like, all right, I can't track this shit. Like, I just gotta wait.
Air hockey, like football.
So I just looked up, and feel free to do this yourself. It's a good time. I looked up pro tetherball history, and the AI gave me, unlike sports like tennis or basketball, pro tetherball history does not exist. There is no pro tetherball. I don't know why that's a play. It's just a playground.
To even compare
sport.
it to tennis and basketball and then say those don't exist?
Yeah, it's tethered tennis is what it's supposed to be. It's a bigger tennis ball.
What is the hand your paddle?
Yeah, essentially. Maybe they used bats or paddles at some point, but it makes sense because you're just hitting it back and forth. Tennis, like, it kind of makes sense, but
Tennis, just like football. It's a rectangle.
And a
it's-
ball.
And yeah, there is a ball, and it does go from one person to another person.
Mm.
And there's points. Point go up.
Number go up game.
Number go up game. They're
You know,
all number go
it
up games.
actually comes down to number go up game.
Yeah, except
think
they
about it.
have words go up too.
Ooh. Word go up.
Love,
What is that?
that's a point.
What is love?
Yeah, this goes 15, 30, love,
Oh, there you go. There's words. You're right. I was so bad.
word go up.
Word go. Ah.
And then when they're both in the love, they drop the deuce.
Nice. Bring it
Yeah.
home.
Game, set, match.
They really just threw it all out the window for tennis. I don't get, because it's also like counting by 15s, and then all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah, why can fucking table tennis is just 1, 2.
Yeah,
Foosball is
that's
1,
an Olympic
2, 3.
sport. Table tennis is played at the Olympics, and they're like, let's get rid of this fucking 15, 30, 40. What the fuck?
Why is they even calling it a 15?
I know.
Why are they like, I got my first point? No, you got 15 points. How?
It's like, if you're gonna do something like football, where it's like 6 points for a touchdown, you know, and then we have a field kick is worth 3 points. Like, things are worth different points. Why fucking like, what's the point? Because it doesn't fucking make a difference. It's just 4 steps until you win.
This is from the AI of Google.
Did you ask him why?
I said, why is the point system in tennis?
We're doing our research today. Thanks, AI.
Did you say?
Why does the point system in tennis? AI's got its work cut out.
Why is it? It says it stems from medieval France. Historians suggest it originated from the game Jeu den Paume, where a clock face was used to track points. The clock hands moved from 15 to 30 to 45, later shortened to 40 to reach the hour and win the game. The specific terms and the mechanics have deep historical and strategic roots, such as love, meaning 0. The word for 0 in tennis, love, is believed to derive from the French phrase l'œuf, the egg, referring to the shape of the number 0.
I think I've heard that, yeah. Loaf.
Winning by 2, requiring players to win by a margin of 2 points, starting at deuce,
Sure.
or games forces player to close out sets with a clear advantage rather than a lucky streak.
Yeah.
And then the multi-tier structure, the separation into points, games, and sets allows for the unpredictable comebacks. Players can win fewer total points
Sure.
overall, but still win the match if they secure the specific games that matter most.
And I think that's most influential in like tournament play for a lot of sports, is this idea of
Rigging it?
like having a multi-game match, you know? Like, especially in esports. I feel like they use tennis tournament structures specifically.
I can see the clock thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That kind of makes sense. It still seems kind of random. So they're just like, you played for 15 minutes, you got that 15-minute like point, I guess.
I think they were saying they were doing the points by the 15s. So if you got a point, the clock went.
So they just have a physical clock that they're like turning the hands on.
Yeah, they didn't like.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Uh,
Because you can physically read it and be like, oh, yeah. You don't have to know where the numbers are or what the number says from far away.
yeah, number go turn in this
Mhm.
case, not up.
Number go clockwise. Wow.
Number till bedtime.
I'm asleep.
Well, let's end to our final segment.
Okay.
Let's see if I can remember here. What was the song? It was the afternoon song where it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, I was watching Naruto. Wonder where he's at now.
That's a good. I finally know what you're.
Yeah, the do
Like-
do 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 do.
Yeah, 'cause-
do 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 do.
I mean, the music for me is finally very just kind of second nature. But I feel like the first couple times he did that, I didn't even think about it. But it's been a bit since we talked about it, right?
I'm still doing the theme song.
Damn about I'm trying to remember. I think the last thing we talked about was it's right before the final tuning exam, essentially, which is just the 10 people.
Yes, you were outside.
Started as 11, but we find it will end up being 10 people that are competing for the fucking, just to show off their skills and see if they're selected for tuning. So at this point, like, no one has to win to succeed. They just have to prove themselves, which
I'm pretty sure you just said it, but to clarify, we last ended off where they did the tuning exams inside.
yeah,
And now we're outside. We're starting outside.
correct. Yeah, the last time I gave an update for you, we talked about all of the fights that happened indoors where people were eliminated in the third part of the tuning exam. So this would be the fourth and final part that I now finally got to, which was very cool. I mean, we kind of talked about how the Broccoli Gara fight was really intense and really awesome and some people's favorite last time. But I also really enjoyed and valued the fights that happened, that I've seen so far. It was pretty interesting. It's finally kind of coming back to me. So might skip over a few things, but rough cliff notes
Such as
here.
your importance of how you saw it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just kind of cover what I recall. Of course, it kind of starts out with them kind of questioning, oh, what the fuck, where's Sasuke? He's the one guy out of 10 people that don't show up.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You said it last time that Kakashi went to go train.
Yes, we know that, kind of the viewers. It's sort of this dramatic irony, if I'm using that correctly, that all of the viewers kind of know, oh yeah, Kakashi took Sasuke, and we even know that they had kind of some encounter with Gaara in the flashbacks. That hasn't been fully touched on from what I've seen so far, so I don't know what happened when Gaara was kind of visiting Sasuke and Kakashi while they're training. There's like a flashback there that's unresolved. But we knew that as the viewers, but everybody, the Hokage and the Kazekage, are like, where's this Sasuke guy? We all want to see him. All of these noblemen are here to see the Uchiha, the last surviving Uchiha.
I paid for it.
Exactly. We've got all our bets on him specifically. So he's not there. And they're kind of hesitant, like, should we start the match? And then Hokage's like, well, if he's here by the time his match is up, it's perfectly fine. He's like the last match of the first bracket, so we're chilling. And of course, Naruto is up first for all the flair and drama. And that fight, for all it's worth, it's there to at least lead with, it is the longest fight in the series so far. That is Neji and Naruto's first match.
Right, because they had to postpone the other match.
I think they were always slated to be the first match.
Okay.
I think so. I could be wrong about that, but I think they were supposed to be the first, and then the second and third matches got postponed. If I'm correct, we'll see as we get there. But from what I recall, yeah, it does start with Neji Hyuga, I think is the last name. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Naruto. They have a really long.
What's his last name?
Long Uzumaki. Believe it. They have a long ass kind of just talk reminders about why they want to fight each other, and it starts off very, the expected punishing, with Naruto not really using anything that he just learned. And you're like, come on, man, like, you just went through all this training. You just showed yourself your potential that you've unlocked.
Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah?
Before you continue,
Please.
literally the last thing you talked about that you were excited for was that he spawned the toad.
Yeah. Gamabuntu, I think we found out.
Because you said you mentioned that he was like, he trained.
Yeah, so the part that I'm cutting over here is the connection between that last training session with Jiraiya and the start of this like combat in the arena.
Okay.
So quickly, I will touch on that too. Like, we find out who that frog guy is, kind of. They mention, I believe, that he's like the chief of the Toad like clan or something like that.
Chief Toad, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, his name is something akin to Gamabunto or Gamabuntu.
Gamabunta, yeah, you get it.
And he basically tries to kill Naruto for summoning him. And he's like, I don't believe it was you. It was probably Jiraiya, and you're trying to piss me off. But
yeah.
Naruto kind of shows his strength and resilience once again and has this kind of fight to stay on the back of the Toad as he bounces around and causes chaos. And that ends pretty unfortunately for Naruto. After like a long day, he just kind of passes out and barely survives. I think Gamabunto takes pity on him and like spits some water or something that catches his fall. I forget what happens exactly, but he takes pity on him and he's like, dang, you're a tough kid, you know? And I think he starts to kind of have belief in him. Like, maybe this guy is someone worth respecting, you know? So that's a cool moment.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt that.
But please, yeah.
No, you can go
course.
back on course now.
Yeah, then there's, of course, Jiraiya has this moment, I'll mention at least, that he's like, hey, something you ever wanted to do before you die?
Hey.
You should eat this meal like it's your last. And I forget exactly why that is. Am I missing something here? Can you recall why he does that specifically? I don't know if it's just because he thinks he might lose this match. He ends up ditching him, Jiraiya, and this part I'm cloudy on. He ends up meeting up with Konohamaru and having to rush to the arena to make it on time. I forget what happens there. Do you recall?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like very blank that like he does the Toad thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's at the. I don't even recognize Jiraiya from there.
Yeah, totally. It's not super plot heavy. There is a moment where like he feeds Naruto. Well, he like tells Naruto, order whatever you want, and then ditches him, so he has to pay for the meal anyway. And then he's like, well, next, what should we do? Hey, you ever kissed a girl? He's like, no. He's like, you ever wanted to? And he kind of convinces him to try to kiss Sakura, and she punches him in the face for trying to hug her even. But that's all I remember really, is him kind of teasing him, because I think he literally thinks he's gonna die. Or is at least not sure. And I don't remember if that's in relation to the match that's upcoming, because everyone else around the town is like, oh, can't wait to see that fight. He's going to destroy that Naruto kid. You know, they're like, that's the most powerful rookie in the year, Neji Hyuga. So
Yeah, I don't know.
some more backstory. But anyways, the match, I'll get back to it. Super long. I'm not going to remember all of it, but I do really love how much of a change Neji experiences because of that match. Yeah?
Sorry to interrupt. It's probably a work call.
Oh, go for it.
Hello? Yes. I thought Adrian would have told you because he finished it. Sorry. No, I'm doing a pod. Right.
How dare you? Are you able to lower that vent a little bit? Like, aim it a little toward me? I didn't feel any difference, but it looks like it's more toward me.
Dude. Direction wise or height wise?
No, that was pretty much what I was looking for. Like a little bit lower. It felt like it was maybe going above me. But I do feel it. Anyway.
Yeah, continue on. Sorry about that. You.
I was saying that
you like the fight.
I do like the fight. I think it's a pretty good like strategies type of fight that we've talked about. Like, it all comes down to just who makes the right moves at the right time, right place, right time, and it's outthinking the opponent more than outlasting or strengthening them. You know, but
yeah,
there is a really cool moment because beforehand, Naruto's like, I vowed that I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna.
I vowed to win
because you hurt my girlfriend. You know, which is a thing that maybe I'll get into, but like the love triangle there still is kind of silly and cool to kind of theorize about, you know. But yeah, they've got this huge contention, and Neji's like, "You're a loser, man. You'll always be a loser. Destinies don't change, and I know this because my father was a loser, and his destiny never changed." And he tells him his backstory, and that part super like gutting and like very interesting. The backstory of the Hyuga clan that we come to find out is that there is someone from, I believe, the Sand Village that comes in to kidnap. I want to say Hinata. They say the daughter of the.
It might be
clan.
Hinata. So someone high up.
Yeah, it's the daughter of the head of the clan, because they're trying to like steal the secrets of the Byakugan from them, and her dad, whose name I'm forgetting because it's so similar to his brothers, but the lead of the clan kills the assassin or the abductor, and saves his daughter, like a reasonable thing. But the Sand Village is like, yo, your fucking ninja shinobi just killed our fucking lead shinobi who was making a peace offering. Like, he was just in town to sign this peace agreement. That's fucked up, guys. We want to head for a head. You need to kill the guy who killed our guy. And so because the backstory that comes to find out is because there is side branches of the clan that are relegated to protection and service of the main branch. The twin brother of the head of the clan, who's only relegated to a side branch because he was born seconds or minutes later after his brother, is the one who ends up giving his life as like a, oh, it looks just like his brother, we'll pretend that's him and show them his body, or give them his body rather.
Yeah.
To pass it off for his. So this guy, Neji, grows up his whole life thinking that his uncle forced his father to give up his life to protect him, essentially. Come to find out after the fight, so jumping ahead, that this was really all along the brother, Neji's dad's, wishes, that he knew that it was the one thing that he could do to feel purpose in his life. Because just like Neji and a lot of the other people of the branch family, they don't really feel like they have much of a purpose. They're just forced to serve. This is their given purpose. They don't get to choose their own purpose.
Their destiny.
Their destiny. Thank you. And finally, the dad of Neji has a moment where he's like, "This is something kind of outside of my destiny, where I get to choose to defend you, not because I'm the branch, leader and I have to serve you, but because you're my brother and I love you, and this is what I choose to do." And in the letter that he ends up leaving to Neji, where he learns all this after the fight, he kind of reminds Neji exactly the opposite of what Neji's got so locked into thinking, that you can change your destiny, And there's a very cute moment where Neji's uncle bows nearly forehead to the ground to his nephew and apologizes for basically the secret being kept. And ultimately, he didn't want his brother to die either. He was ready to sacrifice his own life, so he has a lot to apologize for. I like that moment, and I like the fight as a whole because it kind of grows Neji as a character. Definitely super cool. I'll point out, though, super cool moment where Naruto does end up winning the fight, outsmarting him by finally tapping into the red chakra, essentially after having all of his chakra points essentially just pummeled. The 64 trigram palms or whatever the fuck, and Neji shreds this guy, and you think, oh my god, like, why isn't Naruto doing anything, like I was saying earlier?
Probably one of the coolest poses in the whole show.
It is badass, like, and that's part of the reason this fight is so long. Like, everyone gets a cool kind of moment. But finally, after being just wiped the floor with, and after standing up one more time because he remembers, I think the final time he stands up, he remembers that Hinata stood up in the same fight her fight with Neji and kind of quoted him like, "I never go back on my word," and that kind of gives him a little boost of confidence to tap into the red chakra, the Nine Tails chakra, and unlocks just unseen speed. The whole crowd goes nuts. He starts to kind of actually beat the shit out of Neji. They kind of toe to toe. It's rather close, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
They have a little scuffle where they both go to the ground. Looks like Naruto didn't get up, but Neji did.
Yeah.
Come to find out, Naruto left a shadow clone of himself to appear as if he wouldn't get up, and he actually dug through the ground with his fucking fingernails and rises out and uppercuts Neji. Classic. cool. Neji's knocked, like he's not out cold, but he just can't breathe. You know, he's just on the ground, and that's the win for Naruto. You know, just classic chess, outsmarted you, and he's like, oh, the shadow clone, his you know, classic. What am I thinking of? His technique. You know, like it's kind of poetic, you know, but it was cool. I think as good a way to end the fight as any. Not really topping it for me. Then not topping the Rock Lee Gaara fight for me, but still in my mind, an entertaining fight to watch. And I talked about it a lot because there was a lot in the show, but we'll move on kind of quickly after that.
There's two things I wanted to point out from that.
Please.
One, did you like his mark? His destiny mark?
Oh, yeah, good point. Which is on his forehead, which he always has covered by the headband. Anyway, I am struggling to envision it right just in my mind right now.
It's like an X with two crooks.
Mm-hmm. It is super cool. It's a really sickly color, and it really does give me sort of this more negative feeling than even like the marks that we've seen on like Naruto or Sasuke, like these other curse marks that have shown up. It really does feel like sick and ghostly and otherworldly, like in comparison to some of those, because of that color and the intricacies of the design. It feels foreign. Like it just feels like, whoa.
It was also on his father.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just what's placed on all of their heads as like a binding.
It's almost like a contract.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it does. It somewhat limits their powers or prevents it from being used after they die, at least. Something like that. Like it fries their brain when they die.
It does disappear after they die. So maybe it does do something to their eyes to where their eyes can't be taken.
Yeah, it's something like that. Which is pretty sick. But it also like is fully within the control of the head of the family. He can like basically force choke them at any time, like at will, just give them a migraine headache that they can't do anything about. Super sick, like in a bad way. I would like, it kind of upsets my stomach even. You're like, bro, like this is torturous. It's a dark storyline that they go into, which is to the credit, like good writing, I will say.
And then the second is, did you like Naruto's speech after, where he was basically saying like, you can do anything because unlike me, you're not a failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's I think it's a good thing to bring up because I didn't remember it too well, but it's part of the reason I do like Naruto so much is there is this whole element of, they touched on it recently as I've been watching. He's a proud failure. Like that's what Hinata said to him right before he went to this fight. She's like, I've always looked up to you because, yeah, you're a failure, but you've always been a proud failure. Like you never let that stop you. You know, you never let you think less of yourself. And so that really shines in not only his belief in himself, but his belief in others. Like he is really respectful in that. He's like, you're really powerful, and it's my belief that I will like be able to beat you one day, even if not today. Like he'll be understanding of his limits, even if he believes in his potential. You know, Naruto just seems like a very respectful guy, I think is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. You may continue.
Sure. I want to say that what followed was supposed to be Shino and the guy who's
the sound guy.
Forget. Yeah. Well, no, the sand guy.
No, I thought it was the sound guy.
I'm trying to recall exactly. I think.
Oh, Kankuro.
Like I think it is him.
A sound guy was supposed to be like you face these two, then you face him. But
the sound guy never showed up because the sound guy is is the guy that was killed by Gaara, who I spoke about when he kind of releases the demon inside of him. I spoke about that last pod. That was super sick and twisted, and you know I kind of hinted, like made me kind of see Gaara as a potential biggest bad, and I'll get to what we saw of him and what I've seen so far, but I haven't seen that much, honestly.
I actually saw like this has sparked me wanting to look at like analyze details and stuff on some channels, and they were talking about the sound team, and they were specifically talking about the guy with the arms
Mhm.
and him. And they were talking about how the guy with the arms has like the most tragic death because Orochimaru was the one that like put belief in him and said that he like got him out of poverty and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then on his highest moment of like, witness me, he left.
Yeah.
And then the other guy with the bandages, I don't know their names. They're a little bit minor, but when he heard that Orochimaru already got to Sasuke and their mission was to fight Sasuke, he was like, what's going on? What's happening?
Mhm.
And then during the fight with the guy with the arms, and he sees him leave, and he's like, he's not even here. Where is he going? So at that point, when he goes to face Gaara, he's just like, well, then fuck it. I'm gonna ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, right. And they're both kind of at risk of ruining the whole thing in that moment because they're kind of both being selfish. And I mean, like I mentioned, just it ended up being more a power show of Gaara as well, like a little taste for us too, which was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy was out, which changed it from initially 11 people to 10 people. He died visibly in an episode before the competition, actually right after the third phase, or kind of right after. Anyway,
yeah.
What ended up being the second one should have been Kankuro and Shino, but as we'll come to see, the plan starts to kind of go around, because Sasuke's not back yet. They're like, what are we gonna do? Like the whole idea, we come to find out, is that the Sand and Sound Village are kind of teaming up to invade the village hidden in the leaves, to abduct Sasuke, ideally keep him alive, and probably kill the Hokage. They haven't really said, but they're like, fuck up the village, do what we can. It's war.
They call it like the Konoha burn arc or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Konoha destruction, which is where they live.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think I've heard that too frequently, but
I don't think they say it deliberately.
yeah,
But that's like what the arc's referred to.
it makes sense. But essentially, and I'll touch a little bit more about the fights, but where I am is right as I think it's what's his name? The white-haired guy with the glasses. Kabuto? He lays a spell as he's posing as a Nanbu Black Ops
Okay, yeah.
on the crowd and sets them all to sleep.
Okay,
all who
yeah.
don't, see the Genjutsu and release it. And so a few Genin are still alive, and a couple of the senseis show up. So like,
So you basically finished the tuning exams.
I've seen the fights and I've seen the shit hit the fan, and they send Sakura and Naruto and your favorite character, Shikamaru, right?
Shiki man.
Shikiman. They send him with Kakashi Sensei's pug.
Yeah, after
whatever
they
the
fight
fuck.
him awake.
Yeah, because he was just sleeping not even sleeping, just trying to pretend like he was asleep. Fucking badass. But yeah, that's essentially where I am. They haven't even caught up with Sasuke. I'm skipping around a lot, but the last moment I've seen is, I'm halfway through an episode even, is Shikamaru admitting that the only way that they're going to lose their tail is if someone stays behind to fake an ambush and essentially die for the sake of the other people going away. And he's like, who's that going to be? And like, kind of right as Naruto's like, okay, you're right, it'll be me. And he's like, you guys are right, it's got to be me. It's the only way it's going to work,
Dude,
I'm the only one who's smart enough to make it
just
happen.
the way you said that, I can already just be like, who's it gonna be? You're right, it's probably me. You guys go.
It is such a him thing to do as well, more so into just like, what
It's
a
like,
drag.
why do you even ask the question? He already knew the
Yeah.
answer.
But
So is it gonna be? Shut up.
that's where I am. So obviously there's some
That's
fights
great.
I've seen, and the coolest I think would be the Sasuke Gaara fight, really pushing each other, and Sasuke showing his abilities with the Sharingan and kind of what he's been training as well, which was kind of cool. You know, like a callback to the Gaara Rock Lee fight, essentially. You know.
Yes, because the Sharingan could copy moves.
Mm-hmm. So he essentially now has the.
He also barely showed up.
Yeah.
He almost got eliminated. He barely showed up.
10 seconds, I think they said.
Before you talk about the rest of this fight, I want to bring this up because it pisses me off looking at it. I love this outfit that Sasuke has. I love it so much.
I fuck with it.
I love the knee pads. I love the elbow pads. I like the arms. I like that's all black. I love it. His hair's a little long. I don't really dig that. But the one thing I don't like about this outfit, how the fuck did he get in it?
Where did was he packing a bag?
No, no. There's no zipper. There's no way in.
I've not noticed that.
There's no way in. There's no way out. It's a jumpsuit.
A jumpsuit
formed around him.
That's crazy. Wow. Maybe it's a shadow clothed jutsu.
Like,
not even real clothes. I gotta see this up close to confirm, but I believe it. That's so silly.
Sasuke Chunin exams outfit. Yeah, that it's not a. I guess this works, but it's all one piece.
Nice reference to One Piece. Yeah.
So there's no way in. There's no way out.
Up too.
He got formed into this thing.
Yeah, that's so silly.
And then it's like his little fanny pack of tools is not connected to anything.
Damn.
It's just there.
Just holding that up with mental strength alone.
It's just a paper clip in dreams.
Yeah.
You may continue.
He does kind of show up. Very badass costume change. And last second, they literally extend his time just, I think, 3 times. And they're like, this is the last time we can extend his time. And they just barely show up, with Kakashi, of course, being like, hope we're not too late. And Guy being like, of course, same as always, you know. Kakashi, late as always. But it's, and Kakashi, did you say something? Gosh, I hate it when you're so cool. I love them, of course. But yeah, they finally show up. The match is preempted by, of course, Shikamaru's match, which we're not really touching on. He kind of gets a short end of a stick, but ends up winning his match through wit of his own and then throwing it away because he doesn't really care. Which I think is very much in him. Like, he plans 600 moves ahead, you know, all his senseis are saying. And he really outsmarts it. He's like, yeah, I'm just about out of chakra, and I don't think I have it in me to finish this match. It's just like, what?
Kill it be so hard that you're just like, yeah, Shikamaru had a match, and like, but whatever.
I'll go back to it. I'm saying, like, right now we're talking about the Sasuke
I was
match.
like, come on, man, there's more to that.
That's why I'm trying to give the cliff notes, because we were talking about the Sasuke match. I'm just saying, you brought up Sasuke, I think.
No.
So I'm giving the cliff notes of what happened before. But right after that, the thing I wanted to get to is that Gaara also, I think, to be fair, I wasn't looking at the screen when this happened at all. Like, it was one of those moments I'm like, can we rewind? And my girlfriend just didn't rewind, so I didn't see what happened. But Gaara, I think, kills 2 guys right in front of Shikamaru and Naruto, like right after Shikamaru's match, right before Sasuke's match. And Naruto's like, I gotta stop this fight. Gaara just murdered 2 people, you know? So that's something I didn't see. I saw Naruto's reaction, and I was like, what the fuck is he reacting to? And then he and Shikamaru are like, I've never seen somebody kill someone like that. I was like, oh, he just killed those guys? And Sudi's like, yeah, you didn't see it? I was like, no. So I might go back and rewatch that. But that part, creepy, you know? Preempts the match, gives it this real dread of, you know, like, what the fuck has Sasuke been up to? Does he have it in him?
Well, I swear there was like, they were in a hospital room and somebody was, no, that was Lee. He was trying to finish Lee.
Yeah, that was something that I might not have mentioned that happened. Probably I should have mentioned last time, because I think that happened a while ago. But
yeah, he was trying to finish Lee. I mixed those up.
Definitely. But yeah, actually, I don't remember exactly when that happened, but that was a super cool episode. I liked how they wrote that episode. This is bouncing around again, but I liked how they wrote that episode because the camera will pan to someone like opening the door and you think it's going to be this person and it's never that person. It's always a misdirect. So that was a super like just fun episode psychologically. But that happens right before the exams. And I'm pretty sure it happens before the summoning jutsu arc. So like I said, I think I should have talked about that last time.
I forgot about it.
Maybe forgot to, yeah. Anywho, there is this tension that's set before the fight, like I said, and really it just starts off fast. Like immediately you see Sasuke's like what he's been working on. He's like, I'm not holding back. Immediately his speed, the taijutsu that he's, copied, come apparent. And, Kakashi and Guy are chatting him up, talking about this stuff. He's really like starting to cause some blows to Gaara, causing him to sweat, causing him to push back.
And Rock Lee's like, this guy stole my whole flow.
I know. Rock Lee shows
bar
up
for
there.
bar.
He is so brutalized. He has one of like the saddest moments where he I don't remember how it goes exactly, but it really did hit me where he was kind of noticing this and he was just like, I remember the moment because he's like gripping his cane.
Oh yeah, he
until it
worked
starts
his
bleeding.
whole life for that.
He's like, I worked my whole life for that. And he's like, and then I'll never have it now. And essentially it's kind of this moment of he didn't have to do anything for it. I had to do everything. And I still am not going to get what I want. And he gets whatever he wants.
Well, that I know we should be talking about the fight. We kept derailing here, but that's a big core of just the Naruto before Shippuden is working hard versus natural abilities.
Totally.
Is like, Naruto has the nine tails, but he's still working hard.
Mm-hmm.
But Rock Lee had to work hard for everything, and Sasuke did not. Or Neji did not, and all that stuff.
Sure.
So it's just your gifted power, or you worked for it.
Mm-hmm. And despite all that, all the characters are incomplete and flawed and have room to grow. And a lot of those flaws that they have, some of the other characters have in spades. They're just flawed in something else, like everybody's just different, which is, I think, another great lesson for real. But yeah, like I said, very kind of sad, very emotional. Everyone kind of just shows up for this fight. It's the climax, obviously. And, yada, yada, yada. Gaara's like, oh shit, this is going bad, essentially. And he starts to kind of geek and he goes into his reclusive, full shell of sand.
His anxiety ball.
And the sand shinobi and Genin are like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? He's executing the plan too early. We start to get kind of this foreshadowing, this reverse dramatic irony where the characters know what's happening, but we don't as the viewers. We're like, what the fuck? What's going to happen? And what's the plan? What are they hiding? And what I think is kind of cool this whole time, Shino is like listening. He's like right next to the sand people. So like everything they talk about, where they're like, oh, Gaara's losing it. Everything Shino overhears, and he's just kind of like keeping cool. Even later, when the other Genin go on a mission, he goes off and follows them. So my prediction is that he might, rescue Shikamaru if it comes down to him being the one guy that gets left behind. Anywho, again, I bounce around.
That's all right.
We have Gaara shielding up because he's about to let loose and just thrash Sasuke because he's getting mad. And what I understood it to be is like he's trying to awaken the demon inside of him purposefully, but it's kind of vague, at least how they describe it or how they show it.
I swear Tamari says it's like his best defense or something like that.
Yeah, your ultimate move, your trump card, I think maybe they call it. But Sasuke also has his own kind of trump card, the actual ability that he's been training, that even though he's mastered this taijutsu, they're like, that's not what we've been working on. He just did that, This is what we've been working on. The one move that Kakashi Sensei created himself, they say, which has a million names. It's like the Ichiri, the Call of 1,000 Birds.
Kakashi's is the lightning blade.
That is
cut lightning with it.
Yes, that's the short name for it.
And then his is the Chidori.
1,000
birds.
That's what they call.
It's the Chidori.
Is that not what Kakashi's move is also called?
He calls it can be a Chidori, but every time he brings it out, he calls it a lightning blade.
Definitely. That's what, when it happened, and I was like, oh, it's the lightning blade, right? And then Guy, I think, is describing it at first, and he says all these other names for it. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not. And he's like, also known as the lightning blade because it cut a bolt of lightning in half before it reached the ground.
Yeah.
Very epic, move in general. Trump card. He ends up racing to the top of the arena, running down the wall, charging it up, making the screeching, chittering, bird tweeting sound, and giving it just the full gusto charge, rips right through the steel sand shell. And finally, for the first time in Gaara's life, he bleeds. And like, this is the gut-wrenching scream, kind of like climax moment of the sand people, like, what the fuck? Like, that's not good. And it happens also like mid this sort of summoning. So the summoning, as far as what I expect as a summoning, doesn't go perfect. It seems like it's interrupted, but Sasuke still sees, as he like struggles to remove his hand after this strike, he sees like the eye, I think, of the demon inside, and he's like, whoa, like feels it in him. I think he like flashes back or something like that, and he's like, that's something else, and runs away. Essentially, like takes his space. And I want to say that's the moment that Kabuto has to step in and put everyone to sleep, and the Kazekage makes his move.
The match was thrown.
The match is essentially called off. Yeah. But shit starts to hit the fan real quick. We find out the Kazekage is orchestrating this. He starts to tell the Hokage a bit more and makes a comment where he calls him Sensei something that I forget. I don't remember his name. But it starts with an S, I think. It's like Saratobi, yes. Saratobi Sensei. And he's like, it's you. And obviously you could predict, I don't think I knew until the actual face reveal, but turns out this whole time the strongest shinobi in the Sand Village is Orochimaru, who created the Sand Village for his own exploitative purposes to take over.
He created the Sound
Village, thank you. So maybe the Kazekage is the Sound leader. I don't remember, honestly. But
the Kazekage is the Hokage of the Sand. So he was posing as the Sand.
So that part's a little unclear still. Yeah, I don't know if he killed that guy or if it was just something they orchestrated. But that's kind of just the reveal that kind of comes to play. They talk about their backstory and we finally see the Hokage fight for the first time. There's these 4 other dudes that show up to block these two from,
which is an awesome jutsu.
Yeah, very overpowered, honestly.
You touch, you die.
Yeah, it's crazy. Those poor 2 guys that try to jump right as it gets set up too, or I think it's just one guy even. It just gets like vaporized. It's fucking brutal. But yeah, and then they set up a second one that protected himself. It's like, fuck, now what do you do? Like, it seems pretty well thought of. And it just comes down to, and at this point I haven't seen the resolution of the fight between Orochimaru and the Hokage. So I'm really in the thick of it. We're kind of approaching all I've seen. If there's anything you think I might have missed, we can kind of start to bring those things up. But yeah, it's sort of a cluster. Like I stopped mid episode 2. Like I'm really been trying to get back to it, but just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, you really only didn't touch on the Shikamaru
match,
fight,
definitely.
because yeah, the Shino Kabuto never happened.
Yeah,
and you don't really see much
Kankuro,
of.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Kankuro drops out because if Sasuke's not here, he's like, the plan doesn't work, so he's like, there's no point in me fighting. I can't show my ability. I think he doesn't want to show his puppets moves, he says. So like he's part of the plan and he doesn't want to like give it away yet, essentially.
Yeah.
But what happened was, I think Sasuke's match was supposed to be next, and they're like, it was supposed to be the second match, and they skipped it, and we're like, okay, Kankuro and Shino, your match is up. And so Kankuro's like, okay, I'm gonna drop out because we're not ready. Sasuke's not here. And so Tamura Morrison, Tamura Morrison is the guy who plays Jango Fett in Star Wars, but that's what I think of. Anyway, she decides, fuck it, I'll fight Shikamaru, whatever. And And he is really just pissed that 2 fights get skipped to move his fight even like earlier, even further up, even sooner. He has less time to prepare. And though you don't really think about it at the time, it's kind of a realization later that his abilities are strongest, or at least more optimal for him potentially later in the day.
Yes.
When the shadows grow longer. And that's sort of the big reveal of this fight, which is really kind of outlined, like I was saying earlier, by the senseis, whose names I don't know too well, like gassing him up. They're like, he has like a 350 IQ. You know, he beats the fuck out of me and Shogi, whatever names the games he mentions right there. Like, this is the smartest guy in the show, easily. Probably smarter than any of the other Genin as well, or sorry, Junin or whatever the pepper guys. So, and that's immediately, like, to me, I'm like, oh, we actually kind of learn a bit more about this Shikamaru guy, because I feel like before that, he's barely used his powers. Most of the time, it's like just to make someone stop, and then he doesn't really do anything with them. Even in this fight, it really is just shadow possession freeze you for as long as I can, and unfortunately, he does run out of time. Like, the actual abilities that he's using are just stop right there. So, like, I really hate that there doesn't seem to be a balance in his abilities mentally to outsmart, to outlast, and his abilities physically to outlast in that way, stamina wise.
I really
which was like really disappointing to me, and I think other characters in the show.
I really like it's just renaming a jutsu instead of being shadow possession jutsu is shadow freeze you, fuck you. That's what I heard.
Shadow freeze you, fuck you, bitch.
Shadow freeze you, do nothing, I kill you.
Which, I mean, I'm not saying it's unimpressive. It is probably the creepiest, like, most nightmarish, I think, jutsu that we've seen commonplace. Like, you can't fucking do anything. I'm gonna do whatever I want to. Like, that's scary, you know? I can make you do whatever I want to. Like, I'm possessing you. Probably one of the strongest possible things. But that's where I'm like, God, he couldn't last 5 seconds, just like cause her to forfeit. But of course, I think more so than that, he's just like not wanting to. You know, I think it is a very deep fight, specifically for Shikamaru's character, because you really root for him, obviously, and you really, it's a roller coaster. You're so impressed, and you're so like, so close, next time, and then you're so defeated, like, why did he give up? You know, and then you're so like, well, I respect him. He made the right choice. Like, it was his choice, you know. And for me, like, as it finished, I was like, you know what? You don't have to win to become a Chunin. Like, they literally said that. And I think even more so now that shit has hit the fan, like, not only did he impress during his fight, but he seems to be going on to impress after the fight. And I think, though I don't know what they're going to get, when they're going to get around to giving Chunin titles, I think he has one cut out for him, I would expect.
Even deliberately said he had 200 moves.
Yeah, he's like, I've got the next 200 moves planned, but just don't have the chakra. Yeah, it's a little depressing, like I said, but you do feel for him. You're not like, fuck this guy, you know? Naruto's a little bit like that. He's like, what do you mean? But I think he's a very relatable guy, ultimately.
Yeah.
Just super great. There's a lot to the fight, definitely. And like I said, you find out more nuances about his abilities, which is also super cool. And his just tactics, everything about him is just like a plus. The little meditation kind of technique that he does, you're showing me. He's he just, it really is one of the characters too that, like, I think gave me the most surprises. Like, there's a lot of moments in the show where I'm like, very predictable, but that was a very fun, just all fun fight, you know. I think all good times, not too much at stake.
One of his most famous quotes came from that fight.
Hit me with it. I'll probably remember it. I just don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I wish I was just a cloud floating along. I think he was all like, that's the major part of it, but he's also like, I think he was like, I just wanted to be an average ninja get an average girl, get an average child, do an average job. I die before the wife, and the ninja gets successful. You know, normal.
No. That's what you want, yeah. And yeah, like I say, very relatable character. I think they build him, flesh him out a lot more too, which is awesome. But yeah, I think that's most of the highlights. I really think that was probably only like 8 episodes, you know, since last time we talked, but they were kind of
They were beefy.
Very beefy ones, yeah. Especially like most of them were one fight, and there was a lot happening in that. But yeah, like the action right now is definitely getting me. That's what I do like about the show. What I like about most shows, you know, is that it's just always like the characters are growing. There's more happening. They're experiencing like serious stakes, and you know, I'm just all for it. Having a good time watching.
I don't really have any like follow-up questions per se, because
We went pretty deep. Cross-examined.
I have one, but before I get to that one, no, I'll say it now and then I'll do the like, what do you think of whatever? How do you like the OST of this show? Because there was a couple people that got their theme songs during this part. Like Shikamaru had a theme song and Neji had a theme song.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say, I think I touched on this as we started talking. It's becoming more familiar to me and more noticeable to me. Like the songs are more second nature. I hear them and I get the feeling of what's happening as soon as I hear the first note, instead of just kind of like hearing the accompaniment fill the scene. I'm like, oh, instantly transported into a vibe by hearing this song, you know? So it's becoming, like I said, more second nature. But I think some of those new songs, maybe less so, obviously, being the first time I've seen it. I love stuff like that, though, like character leitmotifs and themes that get repeated. So I love music in general, so I could easily see myself ending up becoming an OST listener. You know, I've loved it so far, but I think it's been pretty repetitive, like mostly just a few songs.
They are used a good amount. Like there's one that I think is literally called Tension that is used a lot anytime something doesn't go wrong, and it's like it's somber, but then it has a dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
And then anytime something goes right, the fighting spirit's on, where it's like it's, you know, it's recognizable because you've heard it a lot, and it fits its part. There's not a crazy amount of stuff, but then you like Shikamaru's thing where it's like while he's thinking. And I don't remember Neji's, but Neji's is good too. If I heard it, I would be like, oh yeah, that's Neji's, but
yeah, I'd have to give them a listen too. I'll probably recognize them, I'm sure, but
there's goodies in there. But that tension and the fighting spirit are used a lot.
Definitely.
Because there's a lot of, oh shit, and a lot of, I did it scenarios. How are you liking the openings and the endings?
I have been watching whenever there's like a new one, especially. It's weird because they seem to just kind of change whenever they want to. Sometimes the opening will change, but the ending will be the same, you know? Like it seems kind of random. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I haven't understood it, so I just keep an eye out. But I like them because it does always feel like it's its own scene. Like very rarely is it like a sitcom type of opening where they just show you moments from the show. Like it feels like it's just its own scene most of the time, which is awesome. New content.
It mostly just shows like maybe the characters that are part of this.
But honestly, they've all been good, silly, even funny, or like referential to something that's like funny. Except for one. Like there was only one outro that was dog shit. Like do better, because it was just like a black and white Naruto like zooming out over like the mountain range, and you're like, okay, while they play a song, and it wasn't even a good song. You know, it was pretty slow.
Do better.
Yeah,
I want the dancing Eno back.
Exactly. Like please, just any movement would be fine. instead of a just zooming, panning, black and white image. But like other than that, it's usually very beautiful and kind of just reminds me of any like kind of anime outro. Like they're pretty interchangeable in my eyes with like most other things. But I love that you get a new song, a Japanese song even each time that is like related to the show. You can kind of read along with the lyrics, and I like what would you call it, like J-rock or whatever. I like that kind of like
they are mostly
vibe.
all J-rock.
Mm-hmm.
There's like even the I don't know how they go, because I think the first one is like Rise, but it's like rise, do your stuff.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, that sounds familiar.
That one's fine.
Uh-huh.
But when I heard that on Cartoon Network, I was like, that's cool. Like it's a good start. And then it picks up fast with it. Yomi, Yamo, and I know, Gage. That's a great one. That's a banger one.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I don't know the next one.
There's probably been
Is it Fighting Dreamers?
I honestly, I just don't know, because I will say, like, I've seen them all, but I watched them like once, and then I hit skip intro each time on Netflix, like afterwards. So like I've seen all of them, but maybe once or twice. So like the first one especially is familiar to me, but I don't remember what the others would be.
Run! Do your stuff! Wait! Well! Run! Do your stuff!
You're gonna have me like fully listening to the playlist on the way home.
Do your stuff! That's all they say. Run!
You gotta have it like singable. That's the best part about a theme song.
Most of their theme songs do have English words.
Yeah, that's always fun. I mean, very popular in any sort of pop genre, even in like places like Japan, Korea.
So last question, and then we can end the pod. Is there any characters that you feel have improved in your eyes, that have changed in your eyes, that you are more of a liking to?
Yeah, good question.
Instead of being like, what do you think of Naruto now? What do you think of Sasuke?
I'll point out the ones that like come to mind at least. Was a cool moment with Sasuke. Gave me like Luke Skywalker vibes, where he's like reached his I've become more mature. At least it feels like a step up for him. Excited for that, but that's about all for him. Shino, I'm liking that he's in the action a little bit more these past few episodes, because like I mentioned early on, was one of the cooler design characters to me. So I've always been waiting for him to be able to do more, and it seems like he's doing more finally. He's a quiet, reserved guy, which I kind of relate to specifically myself, which is why I think I like him. So I'm interested to see his ability, especially. I'm hyped for him. Shikamaru is becoming more of a favorite character, I think, too, because he's being especially fleshed out, and he's just a funny, like, relatable as fuck, super smart guy as well, which is interesting to see him as a strategist more now, and a good value to the team. Just more and more tragedy from Rock Lee, but I still have my hopes for him. I think that's kind of a theme of the series as well. Hope in general. Don't lose hope. Curious about those 4 guys, like I said, that kind of showed up out of nowhere, that are creating the barriers. I should mention that Sakura, especially like these past couple episodes, I think as well finally has more design. And I mentioned that last time, but like her having more power on this mission as well, and just kind of having more sensibility, and them showing her strengths a lot more is a relief to see. Yeah, like I said from kind of the beginning, I think she's clearly supposed to be an important and, you know, ideally like likable character, but she's just not that yet. But I think she's finally like in that bucket. You know, she's doing exactly what she's supposed to be there for. I think a more likable character now is all I can really say. But Neji's and the Hyuga's backstory, especially, super meaningful. I think probably one of the hardest hitting to me so far in general. Just kind of the struggle, man, and how that ties to Hinata as well. This sort of like the family, like, responsibility and love and contradiction that is all interplay there. It's pretty interesting. And to touch on as well, Hinata, at least I think she has become more outgoing and self-believing, and I think her interacting with Naruto has been all but positive, or rather completely positive, I'll say. Yeah, loved seeing their interaction right before the exam, his last fight there. Yeah, it's been mostly I would say those characters on my radar. No, nothing really from Ino or Munchie Man, but like they're still pretty much exactly what I've thought of them before. I think they're good, like necessary characters, but less on my radar so far. I like the ones I've mentioned, especially Gaara. I'm like super interested to see finally like go crazy, go crazy, go stupid, go dummy. I'm excited for when the shit, like I've been saying the shit's hitting the fan, but like I feel like there's some steps to go. We got to see what the Hokage is going to do here. Like it's been cool to see him kick ass as well. I didn't mention that, but like he has always been kind of just this frail old man that you're like, what's he really do? Like, come on. He's the Hokage. He's probably only the Hokage because the other guy died,
This guy's like Sleepy Joe Biden over here.
It does give Sleepy Joe vibes, but yeah, if Sleepy Joe knew fucking triple black belt kung fu.
I feel like at some point you're just gonna name like, there's Sleepy Joe, there's Munchies, there's Shikaku,
Shitkaka,
there's Shikaka, there's Naruto.
Yes, yeah, we gotta come up with more nicknames, but for sure, that's about where I'm at. I'm loving every minute of it.
There's an older man that also watches the show, and he does give people nicknames where he's like, he calls them Shikamagawa, and then he calls Mike Guy, but then he calls Rock Lee, he says little guy.
Yeah, mini guy.
Who else does he doesn't really call him. I think he just kind of gives him nicknames. Like there's a later character and he's just like pretty boy puppet man. It's nice. The theme song that I think you saw did it start with kind of Naruto in the water, like he's just kind of out there?
The one that I was talking about that was like Do Better?
No, the opening.
The last theme song I've seen, right?
Yeah, where he's just kind of in the water, like it starts like that, and there's a lady that's like,
the song is familiar.
I don't like that song.
Yeah,
it's definitely,
I feel like the
weakest one in Naruto's openings to me.
I feel like the performance, specifically the singer, like is not my favorite tone, but like
it's also the opening art style it gives. It's like it's shading. It's weird.
Yeah, that one I haven't noticed too much, honestly. And like I said, it's because probably I've only watched each one of them once, but I've definitely heard that because, like the second before I hit skip intro, I always hear skip.
Yeah. No, and Naruto's just like, just passed out at the end. Mm-hmm. Well, another good pod. These pods are getting longer and longer, Cameron.
I know. I might have to stop watching the show. We might have to figure out something with this session to kind of either I prepare it better.
Well, usually it's supposed to be like the first half we talk, the second half is Naruto done. Mm-hmm. But like we chatted a little bit before we started. Plus, it's not as chronologically ordered as the rambling mine is. It's just like, I saw the Sasuke fight, and then Rock Lee was injured, and I thought Rock Lee was cool, but that didn't remind me of the Neji fight where his backstory. Whoa. Anyway, Sasuke, I was talking about.
To be fair, like I said, there's like 8 episodes, and a lot happened. I didn't remember exactly what order it was all in, but I think
they're not all going to be jam packed like that.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely. But it's always a pleasure, and if nothing, we'll have more stuff to talk about next time. About 2 weeks from now.
Yes, be in the lookout for that. The changes of the channel will soon happen at the end of the month of when this comes out, the end of July,
early August,
2026. When just that's kind of around the ballpark of when things are going to change. pod times aren't going to change. One-off times are going to change. Less frequent versus in playthroughs. That's really about it.
Yeah, one episode a week, and that, I mean, who's gonna fault us on that? Who hates an episode at least? You know,
I do.
well, I hate you.
Well, I hate you. Thanks for joining us today on the Hydra Link podcast, episode 43, with you, me, and the other guy. Fuck that guy. Kyle?
Hell yeah, brother.
See you later.